And to all the devotees, this is Surinder Bhandari from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees on this call. This is Geeta from Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia, and Hare Krishna to all devotees. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisance. This is Nikunja Rasadas from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna Puja Mataji and all the assembled devotees and Pranam. Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shamarasika Devidasi from Germantown, Maryland.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna, Puja Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees on this call. This is Premanandini from Ashburn, Virginia.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining. Shamrasika Mataji, can you please contact the Prabhuji
Yeah, I
so
think
that
it is in
we
chat.
can. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna. I called Prabhuji, but he's not picking the phone. But yesterday he confirmed that he will speak. So he's in the
Hare
call. So let's
Krishna,
chant till then.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hanuman Chalisa. You don't do Hanuman Chalisa. Do you do a Hanuman Chalisa?
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
This place
Krishna.
wherein we went to, Aditi.
Yeah.
Aditi's third ये picture जो बड़ा balloon है ना, हम गए हुए हैं यहाँ पे. You know where it is?
Exactly.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare.
So our speaker is here, Arjun Ananda Prabhu. So Hare Krishna. So we are so fortunate to have His Grace Arjun Ananda Prabhu from Bhakti Center, Brooklyn Temple, New York, and Prabhuji will enlighten us on Srimad Bhagvatam 8.5.48 and onwards. So Hare Krishna Prabhuji, if you are ready, please take over the call now.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपाकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. So we are discussing from Srimad Bhagavatam. Would it be possible for me to share the screen?
Let me check with my Nikunjaras Prabhu. You can share, Prabhuji.
Yeah, your host.
We are doing. We are planning to discuss from Canto 8, Chapter 5, entitled "The Demigods Appeal to the Lord for Protection." And text number 48. Okay. Navama karma kalpopi
नामाकल्पकल्पोऽपि
विपलायेश्वरार्पितः
विपुलाय येश्वरापितः
कल्पते पुरुषस्यैव
कल्पते पुरुषस्यैव
सह्यात्मा दयितो हितः
दय्यात्मा दयितो हितः
नावमा कर्म कल्पोऽपि
नामः कल्पकल्पोऽपि
विफलायेश्वरार्पितः
विपुलाय
विफलाईश्वराय पितः
कल्पते पुरुषस्यैव
कल्पते पुरुषस्वेव
सह्यात्मा दयितो हितः
प्रियात्मा दयितो हितः
नावमा कर्म कल्पोऽपि
नवमः
नावमा कर्मकल्पोऽपि
विफलायेश्वरार्पितः
विपुलाय
फलाईश्वर आप्तः
कल्पते पुरुषस्यैव
कल्पते
कल्पते पुरुषस्वेव
सह्यात्मा दयितो हितः.
दय्यात्मा दयितो हितः.
Would one Prabhu and would one Mataji like to recite?
Malini Mataji, you want to say?
But I'm not good at Sanskrit, but I can try.
Yes.
Navama karma kalpopi vipala eshwara arpitaha kalpate purushashvaiva sahi atma dayito hitaha. Hope it is correct, Prabhuji.
Yeah, perfect. Anyone else would like to try?
Prabhu, can you pull down the Sanskrit?
Okay, sure. Yeah.
नावमहाकल्पकल्पोऽपि विफलायेश्वरार्पितः कल्पते पुरुषस्यैव स ह्यात्मा दायितो हितः.
Okay, thank you. So, in the interest of time, I'll quickly go through the word to word and then we'll do verse and translation and purport. Na means not. Avamaha, very little or insignificant. Karma, activities. Kalpaha, rightly executed. Api, even. Vipalaya, go in vain. Ishvara arpitaha, because of being dedicated to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kalpate, it is so accepted. Purushasya, of all persons. Eva, indeed. Saha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He, certainly. Atma, the Super Soul, the Supreme Father. Daitaha, extremely dear. Hitaha, beneficial. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Activities dedicated to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even if performed in small measure, never go in vain. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being the Supreme Father, is naturally very dear and always ready to act for the good of the living entities. Prabhupada's purport. In Bhagavad Gita 2.40, the Lord says, Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. This dharma, devotional service, is so important that even if performed to a very small, almost negligible extent, it can give one the supreme result. There are many instances in the history of the world in which even a slight service rendered to the Lord has saved a living entity from the greatest danger. Ajamil, for example, was saved by the Supreme Personality of Godhead from the greatest danger, that of going to hell. He was saved simply because he chanted the name Narayana at the end of his life. When Ajamil chanted this holy name of the Lord, Narayana, he did not chant knowingly. Actually, he was calling his youngest son, whose name was Narayan. Nonetheless, Lord Narayan took this chanting seriously, and thus Ajamil achieved the result of Ante Narayana Smritihi, remembering Narayana at the end of life. If one somehow or the other remembers the holy name of Narayana, Krishna, Rama at the end of life, he immediately achieves the transcendental result of going back home, back to Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually the only object of our love. As long as we're in this material world, we have so many desires to fulfill. But when we come in touch with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we immediately become perfect and fully satisfied. Just as a child is fully satisfied when he comes to the lap of his mother. Dhruva Maharaj went to the forest to achieve some material result by austerity and penance. But when he actually saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said, I do not want any material benediction. I am completely satisfied. Even if one wants some material benefit from serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this can be achieved extremely easily without hard labor. Therefore, the Shastra recommends Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Whether one desires everything or nothing, or desires to merge into the existence of the Lord, he is intelligent only if he worships Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by rendering transcendental loving service. Even if one has material desires, one can undoubtedly achieve what he wants by rendering service to the Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjalashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I am thankful to all the devotees for being here, and especially Mataji for allowing me to speak. Today we are discussing from the 8th canto, 5th chapter, which, this is the section where the demigods, they're appealing for the mercy of the Lord because they've become weak. If I'm right, it is on account of Indra offending Durvasa Muni. So Durvasa cursed the demigods and they've lost all the opulence. And they are now being overtaken by the demons. So therefore they approach the Supreme Lord for protection. And in this section, Lord Brahma is speaking, and he is addressing the Supreme Lord, and his prayers towards the end, text 47 to 50, if I'm not wrong, discusses the ease, or it discusses the benefit of worshipping the Supreme Lord. And this is one benefit. What is the benefit of worshipping the Supreme Lord? Here it is mentioned, Navama karma kalpopi vipalayeshwara arpitaha. That means the Supreme Lord, he does not forget. Yeah. The Supreme Lord does not forget even a small seva that is done for him. The Shastras, they replete with so many examples. we know the famous example when a squirrel was picking up one small stone to build that bridge to Lanka. Hanuman and other Vanars, picking up huge, big boulders, and this squirrel, was picking up small stones. So Hanuman on the way back, they were going back and forth, picking up boulders and putting in the forming the bridge, and again coming back, picking up boulders. So he felt the squirrel is in the way, doing almost nothing. So he told the squirrel, "My dear squirrel, why don't you stand to the side? We are doing actual seva. What you are doing is a joke. You're only bringing small stones. So it's not very useful. So please stand to the side and give us the way." Immediately the Supreme Lord Sri Ram, he came and he corrected Hanuman. He said, "My dear Hanuman, why do you chastise the squirrel like this? The squirrel is only doing his best. You're doing your best, squirrel is doing his best. I am equally pleased with you." So, like this, the Supreme Lord doesn't neglect service that is rendered with heart. The quantity. First, he sees, not first. What is more important is quality. The quality of seva being rendered. Similarly, once Srila Prabhupada was sitting in the Master's Gift in New York City, and his lecture was going on. A homeless bum from the street just entered, and he just stood right, in the audience. He was standing. He looked at Prabhupada, and Prabhupada looked at him, and Swamiji, Prabhupada said, "Why don't you sit down?" He did not say anything. He was just looking at Prabhupada. Then he went ahead into the bathroom. The paper towel, the toilet tissue was over. So he went out, again came back in, again went into the bathroom, put a new paper towel and left. That's all. Immediately, Srila Prabhupada remarked, "See, every living entity in this world wants to serve." So he was very pleased, though he did not want to sit in here. He wanted to render some seva. Changing the paper, toilet paper towel in the bathroom is not a very big service, but anyone could have done it. But he did it, and Srila Prabhupada was very pleased with him. Swalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna that any service rendered to me, it will, there is no loss or diminution. Everything is counted. Whereas in the material world, you just analyze that you can do the biggest of biggest things, but everything at the end of life will become a big zero. Isn't it? It is like a Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel, if you go to some parks, where they have games, there's sometimes a big Ferris wheel. You climb on the Ferris wheel and it takes you round and round and you have to exit. So material life is like that, where you enter the Ferris wheel of material life. You can go to the highest point, but eventually you have to come back to zero. You can say, I've done good schooling. I've entered a good college like Stanford University or Harvard University. I completed my undergrad, did my master's, and done my PhD and postdoctoral, great research. Published so many papers, made a good name and fame for myself, and took care of my family very nicely, became very rich, very well known throughout the world, and so on and so forth. And finally, the time of death comes, where death snatches away everything. You cannot claim next life, last time I was a PhD, can I have my PhD back? That you cannot say. Whatever it is we have done materially, everything is lost. Krishna says, I come as death and snatch away everything from these people. So, in materially speaking, in this world, whatever we work so hard for, everything will be snatched away at the time of death. But even an iota of devotional service that we render to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is so grateful that he never forgets it. it is actually taken into an eternal account. It is never forgotten. So therefore, the rendering of devotional service with heart, even in iota, Prabhupada says in the purport, it has great benefit because it always stays with the living entity. And even if sometimes we ask, how did you come to Krishna consciousness? Some devotees say, Prabhu, sometimes I came across the Gita and I was studying the Bhagavad Gita. Then I felt this message is so nice, and therefore I met the devotees and I wanted to become a devotee. No, actually, what is the reason behind a living entity coming across devotional service? It is mentioned, Brahmande Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. It is mentioned that the living entity is there simply wandering in the universe. And there's nothing by chance. But by rendering some service, say for example, a devotee is standing by the road and you're driving your car. The person is not a devotee yet, but a devotee is standing on the street side. And he's saying, can you give me a lift? And the person in the car says, yes, I'm also going to the same place. You can come in. But because he served this devotee unknowingly, he gained something called as the Ajnata Sukruti. Ajnata Sukruti means devotional, some spiritual benefit gained unknowingly. But it is gained. Eternally it is gained. So when we accumulate more and more Ajnata Sukruti in our life, more we become devotional minded. More Krishna consciousness becomes attractive. More spiritual practices make sense. More chanting of Hare Krishna becomes easier because we're gathering Ajnata Sukruti. Therefore, we say if you have a friend who is not a devotee and who's not willing to come to the temple, don't worry, just give him some prasadam. Because by honoring prasadam, he might appreciate, oh, very nice prasadam or very nice food, he might say. Because he appreciated prasadam, that is also taken into his eternal account. But Ajnata Sukruti, small, little Ajnata Sukruti he has got. But you keep feeding prasadam, you will develop appreciation. And that's the beginning of devotional service or spiritual life called as Adav Shraddha. First, then some faith he will get. Okay, these people are not that bad. These devotees are, good people. I don't like the way they look, but at least they're nice. So some faith they will get. And from there, as his Shraddha increases, now he goes and meets the devotees. He befriends the devotees, associates with the devotees. And that is called as Sadhu Sangha. More he associates with the devotees instruct, why don't you chant Hare Krishna? He says, what chanting Hare Krishna? I don't believe in all of this. They say, okay, it's fine, but even if you don't believe in it, you can at least do for 5 minutes. So out of gratitude for the devotees, that person takes up chanting, at least for 5 minutes. Then he does 1 round, 2 rounds, 4 rounds, and he increases. So therefore, by Sadhu Sangha comes Bhajana Kriya. Bhajana Kriya means one is engaged in devotional service. And as one engages in devotional service under the guidance of a devotee, on the guidance of devotees, then the purification of heart happens. And that is called as Anartha Nivritti. And to the degree our heart gets purified, we become very fixed in devotional service. To the degree our heart is not purified, to that degree our devotional life is also very shaky. So we have to go from shaky platform to steady platform. That means our bhajan has to be very good. Attentive chanting, not offending devotees, regularly hearing Bhagavatam, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, and chanting the holy name, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Seva. So all these things, when we keep doing, as the heart gets purified, our bhakti, our devotional service reaches the platform of nishtha or being fixed. And that Srila Vaishnava Chakravarti Thakur explains it to be like a plateau. Adav Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha is like an uphill. So if you have ever driven your cycle uphill, you will understand it is very difficult, very painful, and sometimes it seems almost impossible, but one has to do it. So here we put our endeavor. Then Nishta is like a plateau. Then after Nishta comes Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. That is downhill. You don't have to put any effort. There Krishna carries us forward. So really our effort, where do we have to put our effort? In the beginning. We have to make sure anything which is anukul for our bhakti, and that which increases bhakti, increases faith in devotees and ISKCON and Prabhupada and our spiritual practice, we embrace those things. Anything that destroys bhakti, some people who criticize, or someone might say, put some doubt. Are you sure this is true? Have you ever seen Krishna? Whatever. People, the doubting elements or people who reduce faith or things that reduce faith in our Krishna consciousness should be kept aside. So by doing that, by increasing faith, then increasing sadhu sangha, bhajana kriya, anartha nivritti, we want to attain nishta in our devote service. Srila Shukadeva Goswami says in Bhagvatam, he's glorifying the exaltedness, the good fortune of the cowherd boys who are playing with Krishna as if he's another friend, just as ordinary friend. So he says that verse, very famous verse, Ittam something Buddha. Finally, it says Krita Punya Punjaha. How did these living entities come to the position of playing and dealing with Krishna as ordinary friends? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that's what even bewildered Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma thought, this blue boy killed Aghasur. How is it possible? This cannot be Vishnu. Because at that time when Brahma was visioning, he was seeing Vrindavan. He was seeing how Krishna is sitting with his cowherd boyfriends and they're just dealing like friends. And one Gopa was eating some food and he was saying, hey, my mother has sent me some nice peda or something. And Krishna said, hey, I want that peda. And immediately he did like that to his friend. And what was in the mouth of his friend came into his mouth. Seeing this, Brahma got bewildered. He said, what about Naivedyam? What about Pancharatrika Vidhi? Nothing. This is not Lord Vishnu. And to confirm his misconception, he played that trick where Krishna purified Brahma. So, to understand Krishna is not difficult. Then what? To understand Krishna is very difficult. Then what to talk about playing with Krishna, dealing with Krishna as friend, in this way dealing with Krishna in different rasas. So it's not very easy. But Srila Shukadeva Goswami says, how did the cowherd boys' friends attain this position? Krita Punya Punjaha. By accumulating small sukriti. Over many lifetimes, they were just accumulating. Of course, for us, we don't have to spend many lifetimes. Srila Prabhupada is so merciful. He has given us the path. Srila Prabhupada said, I have the key to the back door of the spiritual world. So Srila Prabhupada has recommended that we chant 16 rounds attentively, avoid offenses, the 10 offenses to the holy name, follow the 4 regular principles, and render some devotional service to the Supreme Lord. And maintain and if possible expand Srila Prabhupada's movement by engaging in this wholeheartedly. Definitely, we are making not Krita Punya Punja, we are making lots of Sukriti we are gaining. So, therefore, whenever we render devotional service, we don't have to worry. Usually people worry that what if I surrender to Krishna? Krishna is known for taking away everything. Hara, therefore is called as Hari, one who removes. But what does Krishna take away? Is Krishna a sadist that he likes to take away the joy of his devotees? No. Krishna is not a sadist. Why then what does he take away? Why do people fear to approach Krishna, thinking that he will take away? Krishna takes away anything that is inauspicious to our progress in devotional service. Sometimes it may be something very dear to us. Yes, but it might be inauspicious for progress in bhakti. And therefore Krishna takes it away. Srila Prabhupada mentions later in the purport that whatever it may be, akama sarvakama va moksha kama udaradihi. If you want some material benediction fulfilled, if you want some material desire fulfilled, if you want to go back home, back to Godhead, if you're just looking for some liberation, whatever it is, approach Krishna. That is the best. Why? Because Supreme Lord Shri Krishna can fulfill our desires in the best way possible. And he gave example of Dhruva. Dhruva went with a strong, big, very big desire that he wants to get a kingdom greater than that of his great grandfather Lord Brahma. See, our desires are pretty small. I just want one car. I want a place in maybe some bungalow. I want some little name and fame here and there is also fine. Our desires are so small. But for Dhruva had a desire to get an entire kingdom, a world, a planet better than Brahma. And Brahma's planet is the best in the entire material world. He was directed by his pure devotee mother, Suniti, to go to the forest where the saintly people seek Lord Vishnu. Because such a desire can only be fulfilled by Lord Vishnu. Did Lord Vishnu fulfill Dhruva's desire? A big yes, he did. He gave him the Dhruva Loka. And so one thing is that he did grant the desire of Dhruva. But was it straightforward? No. What did Lord Vishnu do? Lord Vishnu first had his pure devotee Narada Muni instruct Dhruva in the process of devotional service. And while practicing devotional service also, Dhruva had this desire that I am doing this for Dhruva Loka. He did not think that I will one day become a pure devotee and leave everything. No. He only had one desire that I want Dhruva Loka. I'm following Narada Muni because he knows how to do it. And he has given me a process. I'll follow it and get it. That's as simple as it can. So he did follow the process, chanting the holy name while doing his austerities. And in less than 6 months, he was in face-to-face with the Supreme Lord. At that time, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is mentioned how Dhruva, he feels that what Krishna has given him, his own darshan, is so much more precious than what he was looking for, something material. Kachin vichinvan apidivya ratnam swamin kitatosmi varam nayache. He says, my dear Lord, I have earned the benediction of envisioning a blue sapphire like you. Why do I want to cry over broken glass of a desire like getting Dhruva Loka? I don't want it. But the Supreme Lord said, yes, Dhruva, you are completely purified in your heart and therefore you don't want any material desires. But because you had desired once before, I can anyway give it to you. So what did Lord Vishnu do? Lord Vishnu is not that he's incapable of giving. It is not that he doesn't want to give. He wants to give to his devotees. He is very indebted to his devotees. He wants to do whatever his devotees want. But he doesn't want that what he gives to the devotees become a source of distraction for them on the path of bhakti. Just like sometime, say the child asks the father, Papa, can I have PlayStation? And Papa says, hey, your exams are coming. If I give you now, you will only play and you won't study, so I will not give it to you. So then uncle is coming from abroad, to India. So then this fellow says, the uncle gives a personal call to this child and asks, what do you want? He says PlayStation. And uncle brings the PlayStation. So now what happens? Now the boy gets the PlayStation, the father doesn't know. And the boy keeps playing and gets an F on his exam. And the father is shocked. Then he later on understands, this is my child, because I did not give the PlayStation. He went to uncle. And uncle got him the PlayStation and got him ruined. His studies ruined. So therefore, to go to uncle is not the right thing to do for PlayStation. To go to father is the best way. Why? Because his father did not say, I will not give it to you. I'm ready to give it to you, but after exam. Do well in your exam. Don't let the PlayStation become your distraction. Similarly, the devotees who go to demigods for fulfilling their material desires, they are like the child going to the uncle. But if you go to the Father, the Supreme Lord knows. See, beta, see, my dear devotee, I am ready to give it to you. But if I give it to you now, you're not ready for it. You might stray away from devotional service. So therefore, to keep you on track, I'm going to delay. I'm not saying I will not give it to you. I'm going to delay. After some time, I'll give it to you. You simply be engaged in my devotional service. And that is the confidence of the devotee. I only have to serve Krishna. If Krishna feels something is good for me, he'll give it to me. If something Krishna feels is not good for me, he won't give it to me. Because I know he is my loving Father. That is the confidence and faith of the devotee in Krishna. And Krishna's confidence in devotee is, whatever I give my devotee, he will not stray. Or even if I don't give anything to my devotees know that I'm doing for their good. And the best example is Pandavas. In the Bhagavatam first canto, it is so clear. Pandavas, they were put to the forest, to the exile, and so many difficulties. But they never doubted if Krishna is God, if Krishna is capable, if Krishna really loves us. They never questioned it. Rather, more and more they were put into difficulties, more and more the love of the Pandavas increased for the Supreme Lord, because that position gave them an opportunity to appreciate the mercy of the Lord. They became more and more grateful. So, in this way, the Supreme Lord is the best person to be approached. Devotional service rendered to the Supreme Lord is the best thing to do, because Krishna takes even an iota of devotional service done to him, it is gone into an eternal account and only keeps increasing. Last lifetime, if you have done 50% progress in spiritual life, this life we start from 51. But in material life, you would have done 108% progress. Or this time, again, Baba Black Sheep, have any goal? Yes, sir, 3 bags. Again, you have to start from nursery. Everything, all your PhD, everything is gone. So, in this way, devotional service to the Supreme Lord is always counted. Krishna never forgets. And we also discussed about how, as we collect more and more Ajnata Sukriti, devotional service, everything counts. Everything counts. More we add up, more our heart also gets purified. That means more we can appreciate Krishna consciousness and get to the platform where the Gopas are, friendly, dealing with Krishna. The Gopis are dealing with Krishna in conjugal rasa. The parents of Krishna are instructing Krishna, demanding Krishna, chastising Krishna, binding Krishna. So if we want to deal with Krishna on that platform, we need to perform devotional service that is meant to please the Supreme Lord. That is devotional service. Devotional service which is rendered for oneself, one's own self-aggrandizement is not devotional service. Whatever we do, even little, no problem, but do it for Krishna, for Krishna's pleasure. Then it is counted. So, and Prabhupada also talked later about how even if we have material desire, whatever desire we have to approach Krishna, we discussed that also. Akama sarvakama moksha kama udaratihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. So in this way, the devotional service, there is no loss or diminution. Whatever service rendered, everything is counted, and Krishna eternally is grateful to that devotee. So it is. We are also in the month of Kartik, and Kartik is the favorite month of Srimati Radharani, because Kartik is the time where Krishna has performed so many beautiful pastimes. Yesterday was Deepavali, and yesterday was the time when Krishna was bound by Mother Yashoda in Vrindavan. And actually, therefore, in Kartik, every day we recite Damodar Ashtakam and offer, lamp, ghee lamp to Krishna. And what are we worshipping in Kartik? We are worshipping Prema Bhakti in Kartik. We are worshipping that pure love that is especially exhibited by Mother Yashoda in that pastime. We are worshipping that pure love which conquers Krishna, which conquers the unconquerable, which charms Krishna, which captures his heart, which binds Krishna in our heart. and that is the Prema Bhakti, the pure love for Krishna. And therefore, the month of Kartik is very special, especially for those of us who are aspiring for that pure love. And in Kartik, in his same relation to this verse, even a small seva you do in Kartik is magnified by Krishna millions of times. Everything is counted. One round is like million rounds. So when we talk like that, that doesn't mean we have to chant one round only. Prabhu, I used to chant 16 rounds, but in Kartik I only chant one round because equal to 1 million. So I chant 1 million. No. The very fact that small thing counts for million times, that means we should do it much, much more, because this is the time we can make much progress. It's like a super boost for our progress in bhakti. So Kartik is that time. We want to take opportunity of every moment. That's not possible every second. That's not possible every minute. That's not possible every hour, every day. We want to be as Krishna conscious as possible. Everything else can wait till after Kartik. So Mother Yashoda, when she was binding Krishna, we all know that she could not bind Krishna by herself. Then she called all the Vrajagopikas and she asked them, please bring the rope from your home also. And they all put their ropes together and they were binding Krishna, but the rope always fell 2 fingers too short. And then they were thinking why it is not possible. But Mother Yashoda did not give up. Someone was saying, I think his Shubh Vilas Prabhu, I think. Someone was saying in the morning about 8 a.m. it started, this Leela. Till evening 5 p.m. she continued trying to bind Krishna. And looking at the determination of Mother Yashoda in trying to bind Krishna. See, Mother Yashoda is binding Krishna for what? Not like the atheist want to deny Krishna. Mother Yashoda is chastising out of hatred or envy. No. Mother Yashoda is thinking, my dear Krishna, if he does not learn his good lessons now, later on he'll grow up and he'll become very ill-mannered. So I need to teach him being a mother. She is doing it out of complete love for Krishna. So when she wants to bind, she was trying to bind Krishna with great love. She felt, my son has to improve, for that I have to bind him. So she was trying to time, hour after hour. And it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagvatam that her hair became loose. The flower on her hair became, they were falling. And she was sweating. Her dress became loose because she was getting tired. But still she did not give up. Seeing this determination to attain Krishna or to serve Krishna in that way, the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna in his that Balya form, he became so touched. Then he allowed Yashoda Mai to bind him. This is a very huge, a very important lesson for all of us. If we want to become Krishna conscious, if we want to attain the lotus feet of Krishna, we keeping faith in the words of Guru, we have to strive hard, not thinking that, oh, Krishna still has not given me mercy. No, we can count our blessings, what all Krishna has done for us, and we have to keep going forward. There will be difficulties. There will be Krishna's tests. There will be so many challenges. So many things, our attachments will be cut. Or the most unexpected might happen. Whatever it is, if we are determined like Mother Yashoda to serve Krishna, to bind Krishna in our hearts, it is not easy to bind Krishna. He is, in another way, you can say, he's the entire, more than the universe. Mother Yashoda saw entire universe in his belly. Still she bound Krishna. Why? Because one finger, which was her endeavor, combined with another finger of Krishna's mercy. So our endeavor, when done purely with the right intent, sincerely, attracts Krishna's mercy. When our endeavor and Krishna's mercy come together, then Krishna becomes conquered. And therefore, Sri Prabhupada said, our process is not to become God. Why to simply become God? Our process is to become better than God, greater than God. Why? Because the parents of Yashoda are they're instructing and demanding and tying Krishna and chastising Krishna like that. So we just want to become some devotees of Krishna. We want to become pure devotees where Krishna becomes conquered in our heart. So these are some of the thoughts. It's already 8:15. So with whatever time we have, if anyone would like to share any reflection or any question, if it is there, we can take.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Prabhu, there's one point that really is like gonna stay. I'm gonna try to stay with that, which is Krishna takes away everything or anything that is unfavorable to your spiritual progress. It could be something that you love, something that you have been like you worked hard to secure. It could be taken away, and we should look at it as Krishna's mercy. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thanks.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for this beautiful class. So nice to see you come today again. So nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, in Damodar Ashtakam, we are highlighting Prem Bhakti, right? But when I was reading the translation, it says that do not give me, just give me bhakti that where I glorify you with prem, not other type of bhaktis at all, right? I mean, just prem bhakti. So this is the most supreme. Is that correct, Prabhuji?
Yes.
And it is prem bhakti is the highest form of bhakti, but I don't know. I pray to the Lord, but I don't know what bhakti bhav I have, So, I mean, I don't know how to classify this because because in Damodar Ashtakam we see him as we call him like baby Gopal. So, sometimes since he's the Lord, you look at him as a baby, but then he's the Lord. So, how do we know what bhav we have? And different times we'll have different bhav, right, Prabhuji?
Yes.
So, can you please tell us a little more? And secondly, Prabhuji, also, which is since we have to take baby steps, what is the easiest way of serving the Lord? We can start that way. So, these are my two questions. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Bhakti is defined in Srimad Bhagvatam. What that bhakti which is pleasing the Lord is ahaituki apratihata. Savai pumsa paro dharmo yato bhaktir adhokshaji ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati in 1.2.6 Bhagavatam. So when we talk about prema bhakti, what is prema bhakti? It is like prema is like a qualifier for bhakti. That means it's not devotional service, it is loving devotional service. So over there, we in Damodarashtakam, when Satyavata Muni is looking at this pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna, so he is able to see that Yashoda having that prema bhakti for Krishna, that complete love. See, in love there is something called as burden of love. The other one is burden of labor. Say sometime, say your parents are visiting from India, and you have to, they are reaching the airport. So sometime if you can consider, would you personally go to receive them or will you send them a cab? Then generally people, parents are coming for the first time to the US, they will want to go. They will want cancel their meeting, take a day off from work, travel, take their own car, drive through the traffic, pick them up, carry the suitcase, put it in the car. This is all, it is burden, but it is burden of love. So in love, in prema bhakti, one doesn't calculate how much I'm doing for Krishna. Their calculation is how much is Krishna pleased. Should I do more? Oh, no problem. If Krishna is pleased, I don't mind. Like that. That is in prema bhakti. So that is the type of bhakti we are aspiring for. And that's what Satyavata Muni is glorifying. Ahaituki apratihata. That means there is no other motivation, no other hetu, and nothing that can distract us from that quality of seva. Sometimes for us on a conditioned stage, we get distracted by name, fame, glory, same old story, as they say. Sometimes we start with the good intent of pleasing Krishna, but as we get into the seva, we look around and see, is this someone glorifying me for what all I've done now? We got distracted. So that is called as that's what is we should not do. Therefore, it is apratihata. Don't be distracted. Sometimes we render a lot of seva, but no result. Then we say, Prabhu, I don't want to preach anymore. Or I don't want to do any more book distribution because no one takes books. No, we should anyway do it. Why? Because my guru has told me. I am chanting 16 rounds, but still I have no tears in my eyes, tears of ecstasy. Other tears are there. When will this end? Those tears are there. But the tears of ecstasy are not coming in my eyes. My hair is not standing on end. So I'll give up my 16 rounds. No. That is Krishna's test. How much are you willing to go ahead? Go ahead in your devotional service despite Krishna not giving the ecstatic symptoms. That is a test. That depends on the faith in Guru's words. So that is, we see, we want to chant Hare Krishna because my Guru has told me, and I will do it because my Guru told me by chanting I'll attain Krishna. So with confidence I'll go ahead. Then that becomes a haitu. And apratihata means no distraction in that motivation, in that intention. So that is the type of bhakti we want to consciously cultivate from in our stage. And how do we begin cultivating that type of bhakti? By whenever we deviate from our from this pure platform, we become little materialistic in our devotional service. We should catch ourselves red-handed. You should, say for example, you cooked for all the devotees, and someone, as all the devotees took prasadam, you're asking them, so how was it? They'll say, oh, wonderful. Then you will say, oh, actually I only made it, with all humility, but I only made it, just so you know. Yeah, then you should later on reflect and say, just see how such a rascal I am, actually going for name and fame. I only cook for the pleasure of devotees. Of course, if you ask them how it is, and so that you can improve, it's okay. But the name and fame creeps in. So like that. So we can always catch ourselves red-handed and always try to strive better next time. And Krishna helps us devotees. See, it is not our path alone on our journey of self-realization. As the soul, as in the path of devotional service, as we want to grow in devotional service, our hands are being held by Guru and Krishna. They are taking us ahead. Guru is giving instruction, Krishna is supporting. He is giving test. Okay, are you sure you pass this test? Or whenever we are down, Krishna gives encouragement. Okay, do ahead, you can do better. Krishna gives encouragement. When we become proud, then Krishna says, no, I don't like this. Then he purifies us. So this path is traveled along with Guru and Krishna. So we only have to strive consciously. So I told you about what is the type of bhakti we are aspiring for, as mentioned in Bhagavatam, Mahaitukya Pratihata. And that is what is most dear to Krishna. And consciously at our stage, we have to catch ourselves as soon as we become motivated by something material, or our bhakti gets interrupted by something material. And what was the second question, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji. So basically, what you're saying is that, the thing is, the learned people, the ones who are highly educated, so if Prema Bhakti may come more difficult, isn't it little more difficult, the route for them? I mean, if you're a simple person, a guileless person,
Oh, guideless, yes.
it is easier.
No, it is very difficult without a guide.
No, guileless means more very simple. Guileless means a simple person. It's easier. Prema Bhakti is easier for a person who's less complicated, I mean, the path. I mean, I'm just talking about this path.
See, where is that complication? When we say some devotees might be complicated, some are simple-hearted. Yeah, simple-hearted and complicated, but with regard to what? it will be with regard to the ego, complicated with ego. Though sometimes we might put up a very humble person in this thing, but Krishna knows our ego. I'm thinking, just see, I'm the most humble person.
Yeah.
Krishna knows that. So with respect to ego, if one is simple or complicated, because sometimes one should not get confused that sometimes we feel someone is a very complicated devotee because he's referring to that shastra, this shastra. He's he's too technical, or no, that is not the complication we should worry about. Or some people, they don't care about any shastra, whatever it comes, whatever they hear, they accept it. It is about the ego, how complicated one is, how twisted one becomes because of the ego, or how subtle or simple one is with respect to the ego, his identity as being servant of Guru and Krishna and other Vaishnavas. So
Yes.
there we talk about saralta and the complication.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Very clear. Thank you so much. And secondly, the service, Prabhuji. So even doing bhakti is service, but other types, what are the easiest, how to start the service path, to the Lord?
It is mentioned the service starts with the tongue. Prabhupada explains, that is chanting Hare Krishna and taking prasadam. These are the two ways you can start service.
So taking prasadam means at home we can do it ourselves, right?
Of course. Actually, we should only take prasadam. Whatever you cook that is that can be offered to Krishna, and you take that understanding this is Krishna's eminence. With that consciousness, we should take, and we chant Hare Krishna daily. Then immediately we make immense progress.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, I have a question. This is Sandeep.
Yes.
Prabhu. Very nice class, Prabhu. You talked about Agyat Sukruti. This is like a very practical example. When the kids grow up in the devotee, like in a religious family or devotee family, they get all the knowledge and sanskaras, and then later they give up everything. They don't believe in this thing. Why does this happen? How do we explain?
Okay. So one, I think his only is Ritudwaja Swami, who is running this the Sangha initiative. He was having a word with Adisham Prabhu, and Adisham Prabhu was telling me that sometimes we assume that children born in devotee family is also a devotee, which is not true. The living entity, whoever takes birth in this world, they come with their own samskaras and conditioning from past life also. Samskaras are not just from this life, they are from past lives, you can say. So when we practice Krishna consciousness, and the children coming up in the movement, there has to be a good support system for them, where they get to clarify their understanding of devotional service. Sorry, yeah, they need to get a platform where, see, initially the children, they accept because parents are saying it, they accept it. As they grow up, when the intelligence develops, they question. At that time, if they are shut, if they are told, hey, don't, how can you question like this? So then they think, no, this is not the path I want to follow. So whatever samskar they've got from childhood, it is there. Whatever devotional service they have performed, everything is taken into the account. But one thing is, sometimes their doubts, their misconceptions, there's no platform where they can clarify it openly. Sometimes they need people whom they can relate with, and they're not necessarily parents.
Right.
Or second one is, sometimes when they grow in the devotional atmosphere, they might take it cheaply, saying that, oh, I know this. So they become, see, as they enter teenage and start growing from there, they become more, they want to explore the world. But sometimes we being devotees, we want to say, no, devotional service is the only way. So it becomes too restrictive for them.
Right.
So for example, say I was born in a family which is little orthodox Hindu family, like that. But then when I went into teenage, I was a little more explorative, not with respect to, of course, not with respect to religion. Religion, I was okay, Hindu, whatever Hindu I am, I'm Hindu. But at the same time, we are still exploring other paths like, materialism. That's another path.
Right.
Or atheism, another path.
Yeah.
We start questioning, okay, I'm born Hindu, but does God really exist? We start questioning these things. So at that time, if my parents say, no, God does exist, you have to listen from me. My parent is the last person I want to hear this from.
Right.
So for me,
Right.
what happened when I went to college, then I met the devotees there. And I did not see brahmachari. I saw devotees who are also students, but seniors. And they were doing very well in the exam, and I was very, motivated by that. And then they said, yeah, I got very good marks because I chant Hare Krishna daily. I follow good habits. We sleep early, get up early. We don't simply dilly-dally with women. Like that, they spoke so many things. I was so inspired. I said, I want to become like you guys. Because I was also exploring so many other things, so many parts of sense gratification, though calling myself so-called Hindu or anything. But when I met these devotees, I started questioning. Why? Because there will be many questions. We need a platform where they can be answered. And second, we need a person whom we can relate to get those answers, whom we respect.
Right.
And sometimes parents, their advice may not be taken seriously. Like if my father says, just do this, some mantra or something that and this, I will do it as a ritual.
Yeah.
When it comes to questioning my faith or something, then I might even give it up. I just did it for his satisfaction. Like that. So His Grace Amarendra Prabhu, in one interview, he was saying that how he took up Krishna consciousness very seriously and strictly. He said because he saw his parents very steadfast in their practice. And I've seen this in multiple Gresta homes when I go and visit. I've seen sometimes, due to whatever genuine reason, sometimes they wake up late, but they tell child, hey, you have to wake up early. They don't chant in the morning. They tell the child, hey, morning every day you have to chant. They don't chant attentively. They chant with the phone. But they tell the child, hey, do you make sure you chant attentively? The child is saying, why me? Why bad things happen to good people? You guys are enjoying. Why you are telling me to be so strict? They cannot follow like that. So Amarendra Prabhu was saying he had the good fortune that he saw his parents very strict in their practice, and he immediately picked up. And I've seen it. Any place where the parents themselves are practicing very strictly, the children also learn like that. These are some of my thoughts, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances upon Lord Vishnu and Guru Maharaj. It was really wonderful and very nectarian, and maybe very good way to preach the youth of the current age. And I agree what question Sandeep Prabhu just now asked. It was really relating to all the current youths who are going, whether they are in a devotee family or a non-devotee family. So yeah, only what I understood and take away from this class, I can say it is, Prabhu, the words what were coming from your mouth, you gave so many examples, like right from squirrel to, parents, whether some parents are not serious, some parents are serious, So, and the boys, or girls from home, they take this bhakti, but at the same time, they have to have a right association. Only parents can improve or correct them, or maybe, no, you are associating with this person, or this boy is not good. Better you associate with this, don't associate with ABC, just associate with XYZ, they are from the good, So, that definitely, keeps, may keep the youth into the, right mood or right direction, because then again it goes with the flow, like this XYZ group is definitely, doing something better, festivals, then they participate into festival, go to temple. And also they are working and everything, but that is bhakti is with that group, or maybe the other ABC group is nothing. So yeah, thank you for that, Prabhuji. I think I am more impressed with your class, and that is definitely will drive more youth, where will come across, will definitely try to uh, share your recordings, and this thing will definitely help them. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
I had just one more thing about the youth. I'm in New York City here. There are many upcoming youth here. So one thing is, if the parents love the children unconditionally, whether they become devotees or not, in my observation, I feel they will become devotees. When we have so much expectation from them and they little fail or they're little deviating, then what happens is they feel that my parents love me in only if I become devotee. If I don't, they don't. So they feel that our love is very pretty conditioned.
Yes, Prabhuji. I agree that, in Hindi we say, घर की मुर्गी मुर्गी दाल बराबर, why,
Correct.
बच्चों को like अगर pressure, like if there is a pressure, then, they may say, this is every day this is happening, no, let them get their association, right association, then definitely, like now if anyone asks me, like, hey, my son is not doing this, he has to do it, or maybe my daughter is not doing this, she must be, you know I will make sure, like, here Prabhu's classes, and go and associate in New York, New Jersey. They're doing so nice things there. Really, Prabhuji, I appreciate. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dhanat. And thank you for associating with us in our group. We'll try to see if we are able to, connect more youth when your classes are there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I must say that my biggest takeaway from today is that you mentioned that everything is relative to ego, right?
Mm.
So, like you said, even knowledge and everything. So basically, yes, it's that the Lord also is merciful to us in direct proportion to our ego, if it's high or low, right? That is, and underlying to the ego are so many other things that come in, like anger, jealousy, right?
Very true.
So this is if we can handle the ego part, a lot things become streamlined.
Only problem is to handle the ego part is not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, I don't want to take your much time. Only one question arises to me, uh, for any family or any devotees, or maybe any non-devotees. Sometimes, like most of the times you keep doing good things, or maybe some austerities, some devotional services. Like sometimes you had done it to the extreme level, but then the time comes, you don't get often that much time, then you get involved into your material activities like a job or anything, then in that case, like maybe you're completing your 16 rounds or something, but you're unable to do much, or put yourself like 100%, which you was doing earlier. So how you recommend to balance that? You can explain it in brief, Prabhuji. It will help everyone.
Okay. Thank you, bro. Many of these things is case to case, because the details can be completely different, and accordingly the guidance will be completely different. But generally speaking, Krishna, I mean, it is Srila Shukadeva Goswami mentions in 2.1.6, Etavan Sankhya Yoga Abhyam Swadharma Parinishthaya Janma Lava Para Pumsa Manti Narayana Smriti. To the degree our goal is clear, what do we want to achieve having this human form of life? 11th canto says, Nirdeha Madhyam Sulabham Sudurlabham Plavam Sukalpam Guru Karanadharam Mayanukulena Nabasvateritam. Like that, it says, something bhavabdim nataret sa atmaha. That person who has attained the human form of life, that human body is the boat to cross over the ocean of material existence. Now, when we want to cross over the ocean of material existence, one needs a captain. Guru Karnadaram means the captain of that boat should be Guru. That means the captain of this body is not me. Guru will say, chant 16 rounds. I'll say, yeah, sure. That sounds like a good advice. Let me consider it. Let me see if it's practical. No, Guru is the captain. Guru said, chant means chant. Guru says, hey, for you, this is what is required. For you, don't make sure you don't go and associate those people because it's not good for you. For you, make sure, you don't go in that direction. So Guru is giving the direction, captain. Guru Karanadharam. And to the degree we know the destination, to the degree we are, like a puppet in the hands of the Guru, to that degree we can navigate the ocean of material existence. Why? Because being conditioned ourselves, we are under the 3 modes of material nature. To navigate the ocean of material existence is very difficult without Guru's Adesh. So now, taking the context that many of us may be working, life can get hectic. We become very busy. Family, career, tension, other places. Then children also their lives. So putting all this together, we should not forget the ultimate goal of life. Otherwise, what will happen is, it is like someone getting into a college. He got into college to get out with a degree certificate, but he got distracted in so many clubs. He joined the Rotaract club, joined the debating society, joined the singing club, Asian club, that club, this club, and he's mastering everywhere. But only thing is, he forgot to study and he never got the degree. So, we can applaud him for his activities in the club, but the goal of life is at the time of death to remember the Supreme Lord. That did not happen. So, one thing I would say, point number 1 is having that vision pretty clear, that what do we want to achieve in this life? That is going back home, back to God. We have to be Krishna conscious. That is the goal. Now, second is, sometimes, yes, life does get pretty busy, but we cannot lead always busy lives. We cannot lead always hectic lives. Even speaking materially, it's not good for your health. Someone is like, say you're in some sort of tension just before the exam. Your head is aching, you're only sleeping 3 hours to complete the exam. Yes, it's just a matter of 1 or 2 days. Once you write the exam, you can go and, complete that whatever rest you had sacrificed. But imagine you're going to live like that your entire life, sleeping only 3 hours, always under tension. No. You will yourself feel that what is the use of such a life? So therefore, hectic times will be there, but we have to turn those knobs, make the right adjustments in our life such that we can be in a position, for the majority part of our life, we can be in a position where we can practice spiritual life nicely. If we are just having enough time to somehow complete 16 rounds and no other time for sadhana or association with devotees, I cannot make a straightforward comment, but at the same time, we need to know this type of life cannot go on for long. Yes, maybe next 1 month it will be like that. Okay, understandable. But after that, you have to make enough change such that my spiritual schedule means what? Bhagavatam, daily hearing Bhagavatam, which reminds us of the goal of life. And daily chanting Hare Krishna, sitting as much as possible, sitting and hearing the holy name attentively, and regularly associating with Vaishnavas. These things should become a natural part of lifestyle. It's like breathing air. You cannot say, Prabhu, I'm too busy, I cannot breathe air anymore. No, you have to breathe to live. You have to eat to live. You have to drink water to live. You have to practice our Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti nicely if you want to live spiritually. So when this understanding sets in, then we know, okay, hectic time, okay, next week is going to be hectic, but I can make it up for it after that. But if someone is leading hectic life week after week, month after month, year after year, that means his sadhana is not going very well, because he has not understood the goal of life. So we need a guru, we need a guide, a mentor, with whom we can discuss, case to case, because there are so many nitty-gritties in different cases. I'm just giving a very general understanding, but with case to case, many things change. So therefore, we always need a mentor with whom we can connect and who can understand us and who is also ready to correct us if need be and help us realign our purpose, help us make those particular adjustments such that we will be healthy spiritually while maintaining material life. We should understand spiritual life is the life. Material life, Prabhupada said, do the needful, whatever it takes, because we do have a material body and we have to make a livelihood here. So do the needful, whatever is required. But spiritual life is where the actual endeavor should go. But if all our energy is drained in our other aspects of life, and spiritual energy, whenever you come to spiritual life to do some chanting or hearing, no time or no strength or no interest, then what is the use? Tatah kim, it is mentioned, Adi Shankaracharya says. What is the use then?
Yes, Rauji, I agree that. Yeah, and that is the essence, like one word which I got from you that is really one has to take it, that is sadhana, like if we are doing everything and sadhana is running out, then nothing is going to be achieved. Like one has to understand the real essence. I remember one time I was speaking to Yugal Kishore Prabhu, and he mentioned one simple thing. One devotee came to him, devotee or maybe a family came to him and like met after a long time, and then Prabhu, how are you? Then Prabhu asked, how are you guys? And then what are you doing now? Like we are doing this service, that service. Like so many things. We are doing it like anything. Like damn thing, all services. And many other. Including all material activities. Then Prabhu said, I just replied to them. How is your sadhana going on? So Yugal Vishnu Prabhu was sure that they are doing 16 rounds, but he asked, you know, uh, what is your age now? More than maybe 40 or 50 plus, why don't you start doing 32 rounds from today, and then do all these things, don't prioritize that, prioritize your sadhana, then only the life will be perfect. And that's what, the message, it was, that is the real thing. Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you for your answer, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yugal Kishore Prabhu is also my role model for chanting. So
Yes,
whenever he
yes.
comes here, he sits, sometimes he has come late night, but still in chanting time he's there. And
Yeah.
daily, I think he chants so many rounds and always with great attention and really crying out for Krishna. He's chanting. Great
Yes,
son.
Prabhu. Yeah.
So he's such a big inspiration for chanting.
Yes, yes. Prabhu has that glow. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing all these things. Hare Krishna. Shamarasika, you can.
So, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, tomorrow is Govardhan Puja, right? So,
Yes.
how do we, is there anything in specific for this puja?
Govardhan
What is-
Puja, according
Yes.
to, I think, here we just have temple worship. If you have any picture of Govardhan, you can offer obeisances.
Yeah, we
Rest,
have in DC, Prabhuji, like tomorrow, we are celebrating Govardhan Puja in ISKCON Potomac. Yeah.
so you can join our Nikunjaras Prabhu, and that's
Yes.
the best way to worship Giriraj in association with Vaishnavas, glorifying him, and chant Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for this nectar class. and such a wonderful explanation, question answer session. And as you was mentioning about TSI, the Sangha initiative, my daughter is a part of that since her age of 18, and it really helped a lot for her to be in Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji, in this material world. So thank you so much for mentioning about that. And I request all the devotees who has young kids, so please you can enroll them in that TSI Sangha initiative group. Every day they meet together, and His Holiness Ritatwaj Maharaj is there. S.P. Keshav Swami Maharaj is there. So it's very, very helpful for them to be in Krishna consciousness. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody has any question or comment? Otherwise, we can end up the call here.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. It was a very nice class. I actually have a prayer request from the Michigan congregation. One Ram Prabhu, he has left his body in the hospital. So if all the devotees can pray for him. He was in Krishna consciousness for more than 30 years, Mataji. So I just came to know that
Sure,
news. So
Prabhuji, yeah. Sure, Mataji. So
Yeah.
let's chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Sri Ram Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, we pray for his spiritual journey. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for sharing.
thank you all devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anybody has any question or comment?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, thank you, Hemangi Mataji. And I got message from Radha Seva Mataji that she loved this class so much. So thank you, Prabhuji, for coming again with your, because due to your busy schedule, but since you came today, so we are so fortunate to have your association and guidance. So let's pay obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. Vancha kalpataruvasya kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय,
Jai,
Jai,
ठाकुर की जय,
Jai,
Jai,
भागवतम की
Jai,
जय, कृष्ण
Jai,
प्रभु की
Jai,
जय,
Jai,
Jai,
सच्चिदानंद प्रभु जी
Jai,
की
Jai,
जय.
Jai.
Thank you so much.
Jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you
Tha-
so much. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Yeah,
Krishna,
thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hari Bol.
Hare